If you're looking at or considering purchasing a new Kubota B2401 tractor, today I'm going to go over all the specs and features on the Kubota B2401. Hey guys, it's Zach here from Kubota Lynchburg, and today I wanted to go over the Kubota B2401. It's kind of an odd model. A lot of dealerships don't actually stock this exact model. You might see the B2301 and the B2601, but a lot of places don't stock or sell the 2401. Not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just kind of its own odd model that a lot of people don't purchase. But in my opinion, if you're looking for a affordable but still very versatile and usable tractor, this is one of the best ones that you can actually buy. Now, what makes this sets this different than a lot of the other ones is going to be the fact that it is a gear drive tractor. This is not a hydrostat transmission. This is a gear drive, like a lot of the larger tractors, the L2501s that you can get gear drive. Every other BX or B or even LX is going to be a hydrostat transmission. So the fact this is gear drive saves you on price, saves you on features, and also gives you that gear drive option in a compact tractor. I like to start at the front of the tractors in these videos. So what we're going to go off with is, first, this is a quick attach bucket. So the nice thing is it's basically a universal skid steer style quick attach. So we can pull these two levers up and the bucket would pop right off, and you could put things like pallet forks or grapples or angle blades or anything like that on there. Push your levers back down, it locks in. It is very important to make sure and you watch that these levers go down properly, lock into your implement, your bucket properly, so you don't twist your quick attach bracket. Now this loader is an LA 435 loader, which means you basically have 435 kilograms of lift capacity, which translates into a little over 900 pounds of lift. So you can pick up a very good scoop of dirt or gravel or anything like that. Now I put 54-inch buckets on these loaders. You could get 48s or 60s or variations. I like to put a 54 on it. It seems to fit the application pretty well, and it just a little bit more than covers your tire width. Speaking of tires, on here, these are our agricultural tires. On the B series, they do make very nice, aggressive agricultural tires, very good in traction. But if you are running through the grass like we did here, you will see it already, even barely with no weight on it, is leaving divots in the grass. So you do want to be careful on the agricultural ones. I've got other videos out there that will explain the difference between the agricultural, the industrial, the hybrids, and the turfs. So, you know, you can pick and choose your options on tires when you get a new one. This loader is also what we'll call a swift attach loader. What that means is your entire loader frame can come on and off the tractor, this whole section here, including the bucket, without you ever getting off of the tractor seat. It is very easy to do. There's two levers on either side that are basically going to disconnect it from the frame of the tractor and let it sit there on its kickstands. This is actually the kickstand here, so it'll automatically drop its kickstand and sit there for you to pull away and go. Because even though this is a gear drive, it does still have a mid-PTO shaft, which means you can run a belly mower on it. So a 54 or 60-inch belly mower, you could turn this into an oversized, overpowered riding mower. You know, it is four-wheel drive. You can get these in a narrow version. So there's a narrow version, very unusual unless you're doing some sort of poultry farm raising or something where or orchards, vineyards, where you have to go into a very narrow space between rows or between cages or anything like that. This is the standard. I don't sell the narrows. What we're going to get into is a very price-saving tractor. So this actually used to be the B2320 was the old model. They upgraded to have a little bit nicer features and have this nicer loader because it used to have a smaller loader, a 300 series instead of a 400 series. So what Kubota does to make this differentiate from the 2301 and the 2601, the hydrostats, is they take away some of those fancy comfort features to give you the most affordable compact tractor you can get. So you get this bigger frame, bigger than the BXs. There's no tilt steering column here, so it's a straight column. There's no adjustment. There's no armrests. There's no suspension to the seat other than what very little is already there. And so they take away some of those fancy features and options to make it more affordable. So again, if you're budget conscientious, that's the way to word it, then this is a good tractor for you. It's still going to be four-wheel drive. It's still going to have the same loader as the B2301 and B2601, same lift capacities. This honestly has the exact same PTO horsepower as the B2601. While this is a 21 point something horsepower engine, so we'll call it a 22 horsepower engine, and the 2601 is a 25 horsepower engine, because this is gear drive and the hydrostatic pumps aren't taking all that extra power, you have the exact same rear and mid PTO output. So if you're running a tiller, a bush hog, a postal digger, this technically has the same power as the Hydrostat 2601 for thousands of dollars cheaper. So keep that in mind. Metal hoods, metal fenders as always. That's Kubota, solid, well built. If we look here at kind of our operator station, we have our clutch for clutching between gears. We're going to have right here, and I'll go ahead and take the camera. Right here, you're going to have your low, medium, and high range. So you're going to have 3 different ranges and a neutral if you need to push it. And then you have your PTO engagements here. So you could run your rear, you could run your mid and your rear, or you could run at different PTO speeds right there. Most of the time, it's going to be rear or mid only. And then over here, you're going to have your gear shifter. So 1, 2, 3, and a reverse. So technically, this means you're going to have 9 speeds forward. Low, medium, high, 1, 2, 3, and a 3-speed reverse. So you don't have a huge amount of variation in reverse, but at the same time, it's very rare that you need more than that. Of course, this is, again, your clutch, just like most tractors, for shifting between gears. This is going to be your brake pedals right here, and you can lock them or interlock them using the yellow lever on the back end. Throttle controls, very simple and easy to read dash panel, fuel, RPMs, and temperature. That's really all you need. And then your 4-wheel drive lever is going to be right back here where you're in 4-wheel drive to 2-wheel drive, and this raises and lowers your 3-point hitch. You do have on this side, which is kind of nice, you do have your 12-volt charger for plugging in, sprayers or a cell phone charger, something along those lines, and a cup holder for your beer or your coffee, whichever you prefer. And your roll bar is what we'll consider and call a folding roll bar, so this can fold down to get under low-hanging limbs. So that's kind of the basic operator station. Again, there's nothing fancy, but it also means there's nothing really to go wrong on it. And then we get to our 3-point hitch, which is the same 3-point as all the B series. You have a full category 1 3-point hitch. One of the nicer things that we do have these telescoping stabilizers here. So as you go to adjust your implements, let's see if I pull this pin, you can pull this and adjust in and out. It's not a turnbuckle style. This is a full telescoping. You can find your point, your sweet point, put your pin back in, and you're good to go. So I do like that about this. It is still easy and simple to hook and unhook implements. Underneath this 3-point, you do have your drawbar for pulling things. That slides out, gives you a little bit more room. You have your toolbox underneath the seat, kind of out of the way. You can actually add a backhoe. It's the BH70 7-foot backhoe to this subframe and everything, the Kubota backhoe. It's a little pricey. You might want to consider renting an excavator instead, but you can add a backhoe. Right now, they're roughly $9,500, I think, to add a backhoe. So if you need a backhoe, you have a lot of projects lined up, a Kubota implement matched backhoe is available. And of course, anything for the 3-point hitch will go on here that is the appropriate size. So again, a 4-wheel drive, 22 horsepower, small tractor. If you look at the axles and everything, last thing I'll kind of talk about is the tractor weight. Once you go up in size to the L series, the next gear drive tractor is going to be an L2502 or an L2501. That's going to have the full cast steel giant rear axle. It's going to weigh almost twice as what this machine does. So if you're looking for something a little lighter, a little bit more narrow, a little bit more maneuverable around your yard, you only have a couple acres, this would be a good gear drive option compared to maybe the 2501 gear drive if that was too big of a tractor, but you like that simple, basic, price affordable gear drive tractor. So that is the Kubota B2401. Of course, if you have more questions or any questions or like that, leave us a comment below.